to separate the men from the boys, motherfucker. Let's go. Let's go. Best can't allow my intro. Word your blood, daddy. This time is for taking. Time steady ticking. Food supply getting lower and these diapers getting expensive.
What up, it's your boy E with Boxing Profits, bringing that toe-to-toe value that's undisputed in this industry. Be sure to watch this whole video to get max value out of it. Like the video, share the video, become a sub too, so we can continue to bring value to the sport we all love, and that's boxing your day. So let's get straight to it. We headed to the welterweight division with the WBO king, Terence Crawford. He's gone through it, and he's under fire lately by those in the boxing industry who feel that Terence Crawford is ducking, okay? Now, who is he ducking from? I really don't know. He's clearly not ducking from Errol Spence Jr. It's because he's trying to actually pursue that fight, according to Bull Mac, Terence Crawford's trainer. However, I wanted to speak on this one for one last time, because I really don't like going through these things with somebody who I respect. But at the same time, bro, I got to call a spade, and I got to call it how I see it there. So, Keith one-time Thurman has basically just made himself look even like more of a fool, is because he's priced himself out. He's asking for $10 million to fight Terence Crawford, which makes no sense whatsoever, okay? So the only reason Keith Thurman is doing this, okay? It's the only reason he's doing this is he's just keeping Terence Crawford's name in his mouth and Errol Spence Jr.'s name in his mouth, so he can say those guys' name to promote his next showdown with a journeyman bum, whoever he's going to fight next, okay? So Errol Spence Jr. pointed out something very, very, very key, and I want to talk on that real quick, and I want to get it out of the way right fast because it's very important. Keith Thurman, clearly his pockets is burning. You know what I'm saying? Clearly Keith Thurman is hurting right now for money, okay? Now, it's not my responsibility to point out what's going on in the man's house and what's going on in his bank account. That ain't none of my business. But it's very key when you see the circumstances that Keith Thurman got $8 million from his fight with MANNY PACQUIAO when he was champion, number one. Number two, you know what I'm saying, he just came off of he was more active last year than he clearly, has been in years past, and definitely this year. And $8 million was Keith Thurman's highest purse total in his career, okay? And then he got like 2.5 in the purse bid, but he got around a range of $8 million. We're going to say that he got $8 million. We're going to say the maximum amount he got was 8, okay? So why are you out here trying to fight Terence Crawford for $10 million when, number one, you're not a champion no more? Number two, you the challenger. Number three, you the B-side. Number four, what fight do you know is even worth $10 million today, okay? When you got this bitch Canelo Alvarez out here trying to fight an idiot named, you know what I mean, Yadukin, you dig? Some idiot that we don't even know about. Some dude who just got iced and packed out by one of the Darrell brothers and Chris Eubank Jr., okay? He's not even going to see 10 M's for his next fight, okay? The Zone's shutting it down. The Teofimo Lopez, if it's still a Machingo fight, we all know the financial disparities they was having between themselves, and thank God that they wound up ironing it out. But even that fight together is not worth $10 million. And, with all due respect, I don't know how much the Charlotte Twins and Errol Spence Jr. is getting, but I'm quite sure that it's not going to be anywhere in the price range of $10 million, considering there ain't going to be no fans in the stands, bro. Like, what is Keith Thurman doing? So clearly, he priced himself out. Not only did he price himself out with Terence Crawford, but historically, okay? Historically, all right? Keith Thurman has only gotten in the range from $2.5 million to $8 million, somewhere in that range. Why all of a sudden now you asking for $10 million from Terence Crawford? You understand? Like, this dude, it's just, I don't understand Keith. You feel me? And, I'm going to keep it real. This is what I wanted to see come out of Keith Thurman's mouth instead of calling out Kell Brook, instead of calling out Errol Spence Jr. when this man is lined up to fight Danny Garcia. Won't you call out Terence Crawford, who don't have nobody to fight? That's exactly what Keith Thurman did. Obviously, he's keeping his ear to the floor. That's just in his best interest to do so, but he's just going about it the wrong way. So I can't even logically put any more input into his demands, is because it just doesn't make any sense. So clearly Keith Thurman is hurting. Clearly he's using Terence Crawford and Errol Spence's name as leverage for his next opponent, for whoever he's going to fight. And clearly You know what I'm saying? Like who you trying to fool? You know what I'm saying? Like, you think that Bob Arum is going to fork over $10 million to you in the PBC in these circumstances when he wouldn't even pay his own fighter more than $2 million? Man, get the hell out of here, Keith, man. It don't even make sense, bro. So clearly you BSing. So let's move on from that, okay? So Terence Crawford, real quick, is obviously in a precarious situation is because I guess he's quote-unquote trying to get a fight done with the champions in the welterweight division, but clearly that's not going to work out because Errol Spence is already locked down in a fight with Danny Garcia. Sean Porter is already locked on the fight for Miller this weekend. Shout out to Showtime Sean Porter, you know what I'm saying, who's not using Terence Crawford's name, you know what I'm saying, in vain to pick up his ratings, you dig? And not only that, but, you know, Manny Pacquiao. You dig? Like, come on, bro. It doesn't even make sense why you even be trying to pursue a fight with him when historically Pacquiao has ducked you. Historically, you know what I'm saying, it's a well-known fact that Pacquiao don't want no smoke with you. He's going to wind up selling it for the Mikey Garcia fight anyway. I mean, all chances are point towards that. But for your safety net to be considering to fight a washed-up Kell Brook, it just doesn't make any sense. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm not even trying to hit that, bro. You think I understand that that's a good fight for you? You can give $5 million. Kell Brook will probably settle for $1 million. Y'all can get it on free TV, and it'd be high ratings for you. You know what I'm saying? Because all of this momentum and all this attention that you're gathering, it makes financial sense for you to fight Kell Brook now in his career and then move on. But that's a bad sign when you can utilize that same leverage with Keith Thurman. You know what I'm saying? If it's going to be $6 million between you and Cal, put $6 million on the table between you and Keith Thurman. Y'all find a way to hash out that. You know what I'm saying? Find a way to give Bud his 4 or 5 or whatever. Find a way to give Keith his 2.5 or whatnot that he's been consistently getting for the past like 4 or 5 fights now, okay? Even when he was a champion, all right? So, you know what I'm saying? It only makes sense that you can at least try to negotiate something with Keith Thurman. You know what I'm saying? And obviously, you got to try to do this right now is because, bro, your name is looking bad out here in these streets, okay? And I understand how these man fans operate, you know what I'm saying? The only reason Keith Thurman is blowing all this hot air and this hot steam is because he knows how these man fans operate. You dig? They kind of, you know what I'm saying, BITCH made, you feel me? You know what I'm saying? You the cherry picker, and Canelo Alvarez is the god of boxing, right? Which makes no sense whatsoever. You will always be pound for pound number 1, but you gotta fight some of the best pound for pound fighters, Terence Crawford, to continue to hold that pound for pound crown. Now I understand the business side of this, okay? It only makes sense to fight a cheaper Kell Brook who has a credible name on ESPN to get a whole boatload of ratings and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? But it makes more logical sense and legacy sense, okay? Because there's legacy on the line here too. You know what I'm saying? To try to negotiate something with Keith Thurman, get on the phone with Al Hammond and his people over there. If you can find a way to negotiate Keith Thurman, bring that $10 million down, and find a way to get him in the ring sometime this year for a pay-per-view fight, and you demolish him, you know what I'm saying, and you do good numbers pay-per-view wise, then that'll give you incredible leverage for your potential fight with Manny Pacquiao or Errol Spence Jr. sometime later next year. It only makes sense. It makes sense legacy-wise, and it makes sense business-wise. You see, that's why I'm like, it's just confusing with what you're doing, bud, because, you know, like I said, bro, you're running out of time this year and you're running out of leverage. You understand? And it's a bad look if Teofimo Lopez and Vasil Lomachenko is able to get it going on free ESPN. You know what I'm saying? And you standing on your 5 M's to fight a washed-up fighter, namely Kell Brook, you know, and then you don't even get the fight with Manny Pacquiao next year. So that's all I'm saying, but you know what I'm saying? Just, you know what I'm saying? Give us the fights we want to see. Well, anyway, man, let me know how you guys feel about it in the comment section below. It's your boy E with Boxing Profits, signing out to the next one. Holla at your boy 100. Whoop, out.